decorations, the mosaics over there. So that was the older front of the church. Then the church was enlarged, and they have been adding a part that is in a way hiding the beauty of the original front. The basilica is built on top of this hill that is one of the 7 historical hills. We are talking about the Esquiline Hill, after a miracle that took place here. It was snowing in August. So there was a pope that wanted to build a church, to dedicate the church to the Virgin Mary, but he didn't know where. And so he got the sign because of the location, because during August it started to snow. And of course here it's very hot, so it was snowing on top of this hill. And so they decided that that was the location to build the church. Roman Forum. And going down this way, we are reaching the heart of Imperial Rome. So get ready, because now the Colosseum. So in front of us, so of course, you know, this is the symbol of Rome, the symbol of Imperial Rome, the Colosseum, or that the Colosseum is a nickname. The real name is the Flavian Theater that you are looking at, and this is on one side of the valley that was forming today the archaeological area, the Roman Forum, that was the heart of Imperial Rome. Colosseum is a nickname that was given to the monument, to the theater, because of a monument that was next to it. Now the monument is not existing anymore, but next to this theater there was a huge statue of the Emperor Nero, and this statue was so big it was called the Colossum, and from the name of the statue then they started to call the theater the Colosseum. Now next to the Colosseum you can see there is a triumphal arch, so that's the beginning of the archaeological area of the Roman Forum. But look at the beautiful triumphal arch. This is the last triumphal arch that was built in Rome, and this was built for the Emperor Constantine. While the hill that we have now on the right hand side is the Palatine Hill. And the Palatine Hill is the first of the 7 historical hills. On top of the Palatine Hill, according to the tradition, Romulus started to build his town. And the reason is that, according to the legend, you know, that the twin brothers, Romulus and Remo, they were saved from the water of the Tiber River by the she-wolf. And the she-wolf took the twins on top of the Palatine Hill. She fed them, and so they grew up on the Palatine Hill. When Romulus decided to build his town, he decided to build Rome starting from the top of this hill. And the date of birth of Rome, we are still celebrating it. The date of birth of Rome is 753 before Christ. The 21st of April, 753 before Christ. Then the town was small and the entire town was mainly on top of the Palatine Hill. But then when the town became to grow, and it's including the area of the Roman Forum, the 7 historical hills, but still, according to the tradition, on top of the Palatine Hill, kings and emperors, they were building their own palaces. So kings and emperors were always living on top of the Palatine Hill. While we are now turning to the right, and we are going on top of another hill, and this is called the Aventino Hill. Now, if you look down to the right, you see that there is a valley. Now it's completely dark at night. This is today just green grass, nothing else than green grass. But this was the Circus Maximus, and this is one of the biggest stadium of the Roman times. In the past, over there were seats and chariot races took place along the Circus Maximus. Well, on top of the Aventino Hill where we are now, if you look to your left, there is a statue. This is dedicated to Giuseppe Mazzini, and he is one of the fathers of the Italian unification during the second half of the 19th century. So, to the right again, the valley of the Circus Maximus. There was this huge stadium, and then on the opposite side of the valley, the Palatine Hill. And going straight now, we are reaching the Tiber River. And now you can see to the right, and part of the archaeological area of the Roman Forum, there are 2 temples, 2 tiny temples. One is round, the other one is square with the columns here. So those are the temples that were part of the ancient port of Rome. While to the left there is the Tiber River. And to the left again, along the Tiber River, there is even the only island. This is called the Tiberine Island, connected to the 2 sides of the Tiber by the oldest bridges. The shape of the island looks like a boat, a huge boat in the middle of the water, connected by the bridges. There is a church there to your left. You can see the bell tower over there. There is a very old traditional Roman restaurant on the island. And then the next building to the left is the oldest hospital in town. While to the right, this huge building is the synagogue of Rome. And behind the synagogue there is what was in the past the Jewish ghetto. The 2 streets parallel to the Tiber River, those were part of the Roman Jewish ghetto. The hospital to the left on the Tiberine Island dates back to the 1600s, but over there on the island, already during the Roman times, they used to bring the people that were sick. So people were sick, they needed to be kept away from the rest of the population, they needed to be isolated, so that's the reason why they were usually brought to the island. And then on the island they built a temple dedicated to the god of medicine, Aesculapius. So traditionally on the island there was always a hospital. There were doctors, and then in the 1600s they built the hospital that is still in use today. Now we will follow the Tiber River for a while, and as you can see, we are driving in an upper part. We cannot really see the water down there to the left. The level of the road where we are driving is the top of the high embankments that were built to protect the town from the floods of the Tiber. Then if you look to the right, for instance, you see that the level of the buildings, the streets over there, are lower compared to where we are driving now. So that is the original level of the city. But then during the centuries, the city suffered a lot because of the floods of the Tiber. And so at the end of the 19th century, they decided to build this protection from the floods, with the result that the town doesn't get any water from the river any longer, but we lost in a way the beauty, because from the city you don't see the river, and if you go down to the water level you don't see the city, you just see these very tall grey walls. On the opposite side of the Tiber here, across the Tiber, there on the left, there is a traditional district called Trastevere. Trastevere means, from the Latin, trans Tiberim, that means across the Tiber. When the people were leaving the city that was just on the east where we are, they were going across the Tiber, and they were using the island as a natural bridge to reach the opposite side. So that area started to be known as across the Tiber. Then when they built houses over there, the area of Trastevere still is called in the same way, across the Tiber. Today the district of Trastevere is famous mainly for restaurants, trattorias, wine bars, and so on. So very popular even for the Roman people, district where people go out at night to enjoy food and drinks. And in a short while we will cross the Tiber too, because we are going to reach the western side, and we'll be driving not really very close, but as close as possible to St. Peter's Square and St. Peter Basilica. Now we are looking at the most beautiful monument. Look to your right. Over there is Castel Sant'Angelo. So that was built, first of all, the lower part dates back to the 2nd century AD. It was built to be the mausoleum of the Emperor Hadrian. And then during the centuries, the popes started to use this building as their own fortress, so they added a lot of rooms, an apartment, a papal apartment on top. There are terraces all the way to the top, and the statue of the angel that was added. When a terrible plague was over in Rome, they saw an angel flying on top of the castle, and that's why they dedicated the castle to the angel. In front of the castle, across the Tiber, there is a bridge built in the 1300s and decorated with statues of angels too. Now, on the left side, in the distance, you will see St. Peter Basilica and St. Peter's Square. You see the dome designed by Michelangelo on top of the Basilica, and the square in front. It's all pedestrian, we cannot drive closer because for security reasons, so we cannot drive closer, but of course we are going over there tomorrow during our visit. We will be standing in front of the Basilica and visiting the Basilica. Now, the road that you see, the arches that we are crossing now, if you look all the way to the left, there is the residence of the Pope. If you look all the way to the right, there is the castle. We are driving and passing under a corridor. This was the secret corridor built to connect the residence of the Pope to the fortress of Castel Sant'Angelo, in case case of any danger, the popes were able to escape from the Vatican, from the residence, following this corridor that is called the Passetto. They were able to reach the fortress of the castle. Now where we are is a residential district next to the Vatican. This is called the district of Prati, that means the green fields. They were green fields until they started to build, and the palaces all around us were built starting from the end of the 19th century. It's mainly a residential district, a lot of apartments in this area. Square that is called Piazza Cavour, and there is a statue dedicated to Camillo Benso Conte di Cavour. This is the name of the person standing on that statue. He was again another father of the Italian unification. So when we talk about Italian unification, we have four names. Number one is the king, Victor Emmanuel II. He is general of the army, Garibaldi, and then Cavour, the one that you see standing there, and Giuseppe Mazzini, the one that we saw the statue on top of the Aventine Hill. The palace, Cavour is facing a palace over there, and the palace is the Court of Justice. Now you can see it better, the huge size of the Court of Justice, built at the end of the 19th century in what was white travertino stone, but this stone is very porous, gets the dirty so easily, so it becomes grey so easily. The palace is over-decorated, columns, statues, decorations of every kind. Nobody liked that building since the beginning, at the end of the 19th century, and the Roman people are famous for criticizing everything and for giving nicknames to everything. So they called this building Palazzaccio, that means the ugly palace. And still today, over a century after, people that are going to this place, they don't say I'm going to the court, they say how many decorations. This is the back side. Yes. And now the Castel Sant'Angelo to the right again in the distance, while we are crossing the Tiber River again. Yeah, sorry. In the distance to the right, again, you have a wonderful view of St. Peter Basilica. Now, the dome is the famous dome designed by Michelangelo. And Michelangelo studied the dome of the Cathedral of Florence. So Brunelleschi Now we are reaching another square. This is called the Square of Torre Argentina, but it's in the middle. There is another archaeological area. Now again, look to the level of the original level of Rome, a lot lower compared to where we are driving today. This is the area where most probably Julius Caesar was killed, because this is the location where there was the old Senate house. Julius Caesar was killed in front of the Senate house, and then he was cremated in the Roman Forum. And then, going straight along the street here, we will now reach the heart of town. And the heart of the city is considered the Piazza Venezia, Venice Square. And this is called the Campidoglio, the Capitol Hill. On top of this hill, there is today the Town Hall of Rome, but the square in front of the Town Hall was designed by Michelangelo. Then there is another line of steps that are going up very steep to reach a church, and the church is called Santa Maria in Araceli. But now if you look to your right, you see those are remains of houses of the Roman Empire. So this is on one side the border of the archaeological area of the Roman Forum. And in front of us, this is now Piazza Venezia, Venice Square. To the right, this is the monument called the Vittoriano, dedicated to the King of Italy. You can see the statue of the king on horseback. Then at the bottom there is the tomb of the unknown soldier, the fire always burning, the two guards on the side of the tomb. All the way in the distance to the right, again the Colosseum. And the beautiful column that you see to the right, that's the column dedicated to the Emperor Trajan. The building to the left, the brownish building, there is Palazzo Venezia, so the square takes the name from that building. The building was built in the 1400s, and it was the embassy of Venice to the Vatican State. Then Palazzo Venezia became the headquarters of the government of Mussolini. The balcony where you see now the two flags, if you look to the right on top there, was the studio of Mussolini. He used to appear at that balcony, and from there he was able to see the symbol of Imperial Rome, the Colosseum in the distance. The monument to the King of Italy was built at the end of the 19th century, beginning of the 20th century. And even this monument has been criticized a lot by the Roman people because they say it's too big and it's too white, so they called it the wedding cake. It's covering the view all the view on the archaeological area, so that's the reason. The monument itself is not bad. The problem is the location that is closing the view in the distance to the Colosseum. Where there are those Christmas decorations to the left, this is the beginning of the shopping street called Via del Corso. Via del Corso is over 1 mile long, full of shops, connecting Piazza Venezia to Piazza del Popolo. Well, we are now going uphill and following another street for a part of it that is called Via Nazionale. This is the archaeological area of the Grecian market. That was the first example of a modern shopping mall. A corridor, 2 floors, many rooms, different shops. So we didn't invent anything at all. They had shopping malls already during the Roman Empire. Well, to the right we have a church and we have a huge tower. The tower is the only medieval monument, the only medieval tower that dates back to the Middle Ages here in Rome. We are climbing now another hill, and this is the Quirinal Hill. I mentioned already this place when we were reaching our hotel. On top of the Quirinal Hill today there is the residence of our president. But the president of Italy is living inside a palace that was built centuries ago to be the summer residence of the popes. We have a beautiful square, we have a beautiful Egyptian obelisk and the fountain here to the left, and this is the entrance to the presidential palace. Now look at the size of the palace. It starts here and it's all one block and it keeps going. The first part they have this light that looks like a candle. Then look at the windows. In the past the small windows were for the servants. So one floor was for the inhabitants, then the servants, then again the apartments, then the servants, and this is still the same building. Going, 1,200 rooms. This is today the presidential palace. Now, this is the end of it, at the corner here. Consider that the palace, so first of all, built for the popes as the summer residence, the Santa Maria della Vittoria. Straight in front of us, a fountain with a huge statue representing Moses. The beautiful building to the left is a 5-star luxury hotel. This is the St. Regis Hotel. And we are reaching now Piazza della Repubblica, that is not far at all from our hotel. Piazza della Repubblica, where in the center of the square there is a fountain that is called the Fountain of the Exedra. Down on to the right, there is Via Nazionale. The building in front with all those lights, it's another hotel. But the most important building of the square is all the way to your left. That's the basilica designed by Michelangelo on top of the bath of the Emperor Diocletian. Now look at this building, completely built with bricks. It's written Basilica over there on top of the entrance. It has such a strange shape, and the strange shape is because Michelangelo followed the shape of the remains of the Roman bath to design the church on top of that. So he used the remains of the Roman bath of the Emperor Diocletian as the foundation of a basilica. The basilica is called Santa Maria degli Angeli e dei Martiri, Saint Mary of the Angels and the Martyrs. And going this way in a very short time, we'll be in a few blocks, we'll be reaching our hotel. So